Oh, good morning. I am early. I thought I'm ready. I might as well hop on and say hi to everybody. I have hot chocolate and medicinal chocolate buttons. Oh, and just had an email to say that I've gone live, so that's good. This is the Black Forest Gatto one again. Oh, so good. So good. So, hello everyone. Yes, you've all been very kind about the hair. This is the first time I've done it without straighteners. I've done it with my hot brush instead, and because I'm trying to not use too much heat on it. And I think I like it. And I've kind of moved my parting over a little bit as well. So yeah, it's very bouncy. So Felicia says, hi, I can't keep awake to join the live, but just wanted to say I'm loving your shorts and new hairdo. Enjoy your Sunday. Mine is over here in Camden, New South Wales, Australia. Well, good evening, so Felicia, and thank you very much for leaving that message. Just going to move the power cord over to the other side of the computer because it was right in the way. Nana C says, love your new hairstyle. Thank you. Susan says, good morning. Good morning. Andrew says, greeting, lovely young lady. How are you? Very well, thank you. How are you? Maverick60 says, morning from a sunny or wet Kent, and the hair is gorgeous. Thank you. Conchetta says, good morning. Good morning. So, yeah, it's been an interesting week. And Conchetta says, love the haircut, stunning. Oh, thank you so much. Yes, I have put a little bit of makeup on today because it does, I don't know why, but it just feels a little bit weird with new hair and no makeup to begin with. I don't know why my brain does that, but it does. So yes, only a little bit of makeup on today because I did have some on last night. It was our neighbour's 40th birthday, and his wife had thrown him a surprise party, which was lovely. So it was like the other neighbours, their parents, and then some of their friends. So yeah, we went around there for a couple of hours last night, which was very nice. And I had makeup on, and my eyes are a little itchy today, but better than usual. So I thought I would try it today. Very little bit on. So yeah, right. So yeah, big changes on the channel this week, and it's been received amazingly, and thank you so much. I mean, I know not everybody is pleased with me, and I know that is always going to be the case. I'm never going to be able to please everybody, I get it, but yeah, it's just been absolutely amazing. And the early figures from this week, my watch count is up by it was 54%, but I think I just looked and it's up by 67%. The watch hours have remained the same, which is amazing because I've been putting out much short, like lots and lots of under 60-second long videos. So for the hours, watch hours to remain the same is awesome. So because I was really expecting to have a massive drop to begin with, and kind of hopefully it would grow from there, but that hasn't been the case. It's remained, the views have gone up and the watch hours have remained the same, so that's amazing. And I have had in a week 65 new people sign up to Patreon, which is amazing. Thank you. Thank you. This is at the perfect drinking temperature, so that's why I'm chugging through it. I have decided that because one of the perks of being a patron is having your name shouted out on the channel. So I've decided, because usually it would have been in the Daily Waffles, but they're now Patreon exclusive. So I've decided that at the beginning of the Hangouts on Sunday, which are available to everybody, I'm going to read out all the new Patreon names. So this one's going to be a really big one because, like I say, there's 65 new people have joined up. I'm not expecting it to be this big next week. It's probably going to be 1 or 2, which is totally fine. But I've got to say thank you to Deborah Peters, Alyssa Cohen, Helen, Antoinette, Una, Bree, Colette Granger, Barbara Nash, Kay B, Melisha Rankin, Jennifer M. Bailey, Angela Green. And I had to then write those ones down because the Patreon app will only show me the last 50. So I needed to write those other ones down. So Mary Ellen O'Neill, Elena, Varia, I'm sorry if I've said your name wrong, Elena, if you're here, Kate, Doreen Chambers, Yvonne Norris, Helen Hayes, Tia Dyke, Linda Lay, Angie Green, Ethene, Elise Harrison, Seaside Mum, Daniel Lee, I'm really sorry if I say this name incorrectly, Lyubov Priestley, Lybov. I'm very sorry if I've said that incorrectly. Kathleen Thomas, EHB 2011, Ashley Swartout, Lisa Jones, Emmeline Galvin. It's Emilene. Silly Skane, Annie Piran, Dawn Howe, Patrick Morrison, Trish Winstead, Ludovine Lavine, Deirdre Brown, Franziska Bees, Sarah Hyde, Vera Ostrup, Emma Tant, Susan McRae, I think Susan might be here, Felicity Godwin, Stephanie Richer, Huara Abashia, again, I'm very sorry, I'm not going to be good at names, Janet Haisler, Marissa Hine, Brenda Jones, Uti N, Melissa Dearling, Robin Twerdock, Lizanne, Erica Borgstrom, Nicola Jamson, Kristen, Sandra Stevenson, Johanna, Michelle Bishop, Simone Nadeau, Olivia Phillips, and Anise. Thank you. Wow. 65 of you guys have taken me up on Patreon over this last week. That is absolutely amazing. Thank you so much. Erica is here. Hi, Erica. You just heard your name read out. Thank you for joining. Miriam. Hi, gorgeous. How are you today? And hello, everyone. Thank you. Hi, Miriam. How are you? Zanelle says, oh, wow. Love your new hair. Hello to all. Thank you. Yes. Conchetta says, that's awesome. So glad the changes are moving the channel in a positive direction. Yep. Barbara says, good evening, good morning, Sean and Peeps. What an amazing week. Lots of positive changes. Your new hairstyle makes you look younger. Love it. Oh, thank you. Actually, I've been thinking about this for a while because my previous hair was just candy floss at the bottom. Like I said in the short, I've never been able to grow long, thick hair. And I was either going to get the extensions put back in or have it cut off. And I went in to see Mum's really expensive hairdresser and showed her a bunch of hairstyles that I'd had pinned. And she kind of said to me, she's like, oh, you know, they could look very matronly and make you look older. Like, you know, you really ought to keep the long hair while you're young for as long as possible. And it was just like, oh, okay. And then I went to my old hairdressers in Ventnor because we happened to be there. And Sam was there. He was busy, but he's like, yeah, we can do that. We can totally do that. It'll look awesome on you. And then Stacey cut my hair for me. So yeah. And then I immediately came home and dyed it because my roots were like an inch long and I had this like grey stripe down the middle and it was really obvious because I couldn't tie my hair back anymore to hide it. So yeah. Delicious. Okay. I definitely had to kind of chug that down because if I didn't, it would have gotten cold. So Oh, excuse me. Right. So I have body of Sorrento jacket, which, because it's such dark denim, you can't really see any of the details. And I decided against really highly contrasting top stitching. So the top stitching you can't probably see at all. But I have got my Starship Enterprise pockets in there. So I've got the body of it done. So I thought what we could do today is try and work out where all of these need to go. And I decided to go for the bronze coloured buttons rather than ordering silver, just because I have these in stock and I have exactly the right amount. So, well, I have a couple more. I have 12 and I need 9. So it just made sense. Is that right? I think it's right. It made sense to me to use the ones that I have. I have also brought down my nail polish remover and some nail varnish, and I was thinking I might do that now because my nails are really badly chipped, and when the nail varnish comes off, my nails start to hurt. Does anyone else get that? They start to throb. So I thought I'd do that first, if that's all right with you guys. And we all know that the majority of the beginning of the stream is me waffling at you. So yeah, let's get these sorted because currently they're uncomfortable and it's not nice being uncomfortable. Although thinking about it, I might need to go and wash my hands after I've done this. Miriam says the hair looks really good on you, and by the way, you can call me Mim. I'm always a little confused when you call me by my name because nobody does. Sorry, Mim. Okay. Caroline says, morning, Shine and Peeps. Love the new hair. You're braver than I am. Thank you. Yeah, I kind of like I say, I was thinking, you know what? It's just hair. If I hate it, it'll grow back. And yeah, I actually really love it. So I'm really pleased with it. Diana says, hello, Shine and Peeps. Have you seen the Lady McElroy Where the Wild Things Are print? I must have it. Have I seen it? I think I have. I'll have to have a look in a minute. Sorry, I've made myself helpless by doing this, but like I say, my fingernails where the polishes come off are really throbbing. So yeah, this is kind of like I must get this done, and then I'll be able to concentrate and not be thinking about ow, my fingernails are hurting, which sounds ridiculous. Yes, no, I haven't seen that print. They're bringing out a whole bunch of new ones. I'm just like, ooh, I need them all. I really need them to bring out the Anaconda Antithesis on the rayon, the Riccardi lawn, so that I can use my Lena crepe or the Lena lining for my navy hemispheric coat, because I really want a floaty skirt in that fabric. And I want to do a floaty skirt, and the only floaty fabric I have in that print at the moment is the Lena crepe, which my best friend bought me for Christmas last year. And I don't want to use it on the lining of the coat if they are going to release, if they're not going to release the Riccardi lawn. But they said that they were, because they asked me for, as you guys know, they asked me for a list of prints that you guys wanted to see re-released, and ones that you wanted on the viscoses that currently have only been available on, up until now, only been available on either the cotton lawn or the polyester crepe. So I gave them a really long list and they said, yeah, we can do those. So we'll see. Worried about hot chocolate in the creases of my mouth. Erica says, yep, I don't do my nails because it hurts to remove the varnish. Sorry, don't know the name in English. Varnish polish, yeah. Nail polish. Yeah, I stopped doing it for a long time because my ex was just like, oh, I don't like it. And I stopped doing a lot of things because he didn't like it. Like I didn't put my extensions back in because he didn't like them, but then he never played with my hair, ever. It wasn't like I was, it wasn't like he was not able to play with my hair because the extensions were in. He just never did, but he didn't like them. And not because they looked bad, he was like, "They don't feel very nice." And the hair itself felt lovely, in my opinion. But yeah, he didn't like those, and then he didn't like nail polish, so I didn't do that. Never mind. So I started doing it again. And it's one of those things that I'm thinking that I might actually go and um, have them done at a salon when I'm in town getting my eyelashes done. Go and have them done at a salon because I do my this fingernail is the one that breaks the most frequently, and I've noticed it's because of the way that I put pins in and some of the things like opening the bobbin door on my machine and things like that. I think that's why this fingernail on this finger breaks the most frequently. So I was thinking if I went and had like I don't want nail extensions on because you know if they grow quite long all by themselves and the rest of them are fine. It's just that one nail that I have the issues with. Um, but I was thinking if I go and have like a gel overlay put on them, then hopefully that fingernail won't break and they'll get a bit longer because I do like them long as well. He didn't like them long either, so I like them long. Silver Fox is here. Evening all. Good evening. Susan says good evening, Peeps. Good evening. Diana says never stop being you for a man. Yeah, I mean they seemed like little things that it was like, oh well, I'm not that married to them because you know like meh. Oh my goodness, Kathy, you've just joined the Patreon Peeps, and wow, you've joined the Patreon Peeps at one of the higher tiers. Thank you. It you know they all seem like little things that were like, well, if he doesn't like them, you know, like that, you know, that's a nice thing to do. It's a compromise, but there was zero compromise from him. Like it was all. I mean, I'm sure it probably wasn't. I'm sure I probably demanded things of him that he didn't want, and you know, yeah. So, but never mind. Never mind. Never mind. Right. I didn't think this all the way through. I'm going to go and need to wash my hands now. So I'm going to, and I can't do that down here. So I'm going to leave you guys there. Talk amongst yourselves. Don't move anything. No stealing fabric. I will be back in a minute. I'm going to go wash my hands and throw this away, not next to me, so I'm not breathing in the fumes. I really didn't think this all the way through. Sorry. Hello, I'm back. Ooh, back. What? I'm back and getting things caught and throwing my new drink around. I have new drink. Hello, did you behave yourselves? Do I still own all my fabric? I really need to do like a little be right back sign, don't I? Right, it's also, yes, I can take more drugs. Yeah. Right, where did I get to with the chat? Box 3D is here. Hello. And Claire says, morning, Sean and Peeps from sunny Cheshire. Love the hair, Sean. Thank you. Oh. This is summer fruits squash. That's better. Right. Oh, I was just about to put that back in my bag and I had to tighten the lid. That could have been a disaster. Caroline says, I use Orly Bonder undercoat with nail polish and then one of their top coats over. Definitely lasts longer. Yeah, I think the other thing is as well that I would really like the long almond shaped nails. I think they're really pretty, but I don't think my natural nail with no protection over the top would cope with that shape and last for very long. So yeah, I'm thinking about going and getting, because I would like bright colors as well. I'm thinking about going and having that done every couple of weeks. Although depending on how fast my nails grow, because they do go quite fast. Unfortunately, my hair does not, but my nails do. It might need to be once a week because the like the it's very obvious if with a bright color when it's grown out. And you do see my hands on camera a lot. When I was filming the 5 pieces from one collection, I had dark red nails and I chipped one of them. So I was filming thing and I was like, oh no, that's awful. And so I like refilm it with and use a different finger to point out the thing that I was trying to highlight so that you couldn't see the chip nails. I was trying to avoid the chip nails being on camera. So the good thing is, because it is something that is necessary for my work, it would be a work expense. So get the company to pay for it. Let's see. Nimue says, hello everyone. Hi Nimue, how are you, my lovely? Silver Fox says, hi Nimue. My cat Nimue is currently sitting beside me too. Many Nimues. Paula says, your new hairstyle looks so good, Sean. I went for the chop 18 months ago from having long hair to just above the shoulder length and forgotten I had so much wave to it. Love it, and now air dry only. I haven't been brave enough to let it air dry by itself because I have a feeling that it's going to end up very fuzzy. But I will at some point give it a try for sure. Lucy Lou says, morning, your hair looks lovely. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, one last nail to do. Diana says, I have to have an overlay in my nails because they are so thin. I have to square them off so I can play piano. Ooh, yes. Can't have long nails and play piano. Tippity, tippity, tappity, tappity on the keys. That's my one regret from my childhood, is not continuing with my piano lessons. But I think my introvert self, like mum and dad had organised the lessons and it was our next door neighbour and I'd done my however many lessons, and then mum said, well, if you want to carry them on you need to go and organise them yourself, so you need to go and go to the neighbour and book them and tell them that you want to carry on. and the thought of having to do that like terrified me, so I didn't, and I so regret it. I really, if I ever won the lottery, I would be treating myself to a super fancy grand piano and a instructor that would come to my house and help me learn, and I would practice, because I would, that's one thing that I would love to be able to do, is play piano. So yeah. Nimue says, we're having a real cold spell right now. We even have some minuscule snowflakes earlier, and I had the first ice on the car Friday night. That's more a January thing for us. Ooh. I'm happy to be back to sewing, working, and dance classes. My muscles are telling me about all the involuntary 3-week break, though. Oh, yes. Yes, you'll get back there, though. Silver Fox says, as are we. We had snow overnight on Monday. It's supposed to be late spring here. Wow, yeah. So Colette says, hi, Shan. Hi, Peeps. Absolutely loving the new hair, Shan. It really suits you. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, I'm really happy with it. I am really happy with it. Yeah, it was just one of those things. It's like, I need to have a change. I need to try something different. And yeah. I need to stop. I want to touch it at the moment, but the only time a woman's ever helpless when she's got wet nails. So yeah. Ooh, I finished the Holston skirt, and I don't love it on me. I'm not going to be using it for the brielle wool. I'm going to make a 3/4 circle skirt with the brielle wool, because for the look that I want, I'm not going to get it with that skirt. The construction method is really interesting. I'm still going to make a video about it because it's a really well written pattern. They've done it really cleverly. The front and the back piece are exactly the same, but you still have to cut 2 out because the notches are numbered. So you've got like a notch here and a notch there that go together. It's very cleverly done. But also with all the right angles, I absolutely hate the finish on the inside. I've bias bound all of the seams and it doesn't look bulky because I used me-made bias binding. It's my battery. Is it still unplugged? No, it's still plugged. The brightness just went down for some reason. Yeah, I used a viscose, the Cobra Corsage teal viscose bias binding that I'd made for the inside of it. So it's not added any bulk, but it's not for me. And I felt so proud of myself because I've made it fit over my hips, and I really did need that extra room in the hips. But it's too big in the waist, and I didn't add anything to the waist. I need to take away from the waist. And I have no idea how to do that. So I think what I'm going to do is, once I've done my skirt block in January, I'm going to attempt to do something similar. But like I say, I just don't love the finish on the inside where you have to reinforce a corner and snip into it to leave that raw by itself. And even if I'd overlooked it, you still have to snip into it. So it's not my favorite. It's not my favorite. I don't mind it so much because there's been a couple of coats, like the Gertie Princess coat around the collar. You have to do that. But when it's fully covered up and you can't see it, that's fine. But for a skirt, I don't love it. I really don't love it. And I have fully lined it and I've made it beautifully, but I think it's going to end up going up for sale in my shop. I think also my teal boiled wool coat that I made, the first thing that I made in the sewing room, I think that's going to go up for sale in the shop as well. I tried it on the other day and it immediately just made me think of my ex, because he's the one that gave me the fabric for it. And whilst it was the first thing I made in this room, that doesn't have that association with it. It has my ex associated with it. And in all honesty as well, the boiled wool, I'm not sure that it's my favorite because it's not smooth. It's quite a bouncy, thick wool. And it's a lovely fabric. I mean, it's a beautiful, beautiful fabric. It was £20 a meter. It wasn't inexpensive fabric. But yeah, I think I'm going to sell it. I think I'm going to sell it because I put it on and it just immediately made me think of him. And I was like, no, I don't want that. So yeah. Diana says, today I'm making a handbag from African shui shui, pronounced shui shui. I got it right. I'm also making an NCW to match, and I'm using the Kennedy bag pattern from So Sweetness. It's a free pattern. Ooh, nice. Nimue says, good thing you tried the skirt with another fabric then. I'm still curious to see how it goes together. Those snipped corners have always have me skeptical as well. Yeah, I'm really glad I tried it. And I think it's a lovely skirt, and I just don't think it's a lovely skirt for me as is. But the actual pattern pieces, because there was a few things that I was trying, and what I'm gonna do is make some pattern pieces miniature and kind of cut them apart and show you my thought process on how I was going to alter that pattern and the things that I tried, and I'll show you the final pattern. And then I retraced it because there was just so much tape on it, and I like retracing because I don't like ironing over tape. So that's why I retraced it. So now like the file that it's in is really thick. But I do think that I can make it work for me, because I think if the flare came from a little bit higher up and there was more flare in the skirt, then I think that would make me happier. But again, there's no way around clipping into those right angles. And I don't know. Anna's here. Hiya, and everybody. Hello. Joe's here. Hey peeps, hope you're having a lovely Sunday. Love the haircut, Sean. Thank you. Anna says your hair is great. Kind of thought you might go for this style. Yeah. Like I've had it, like I showed in the short, I had it in red and I had it in blonde as well, and I do really like it. I haven't straightened it, or so I've got this little bit that's just doing its own thing over here. But yeah. Silver Fox says, yeah, don't keep it. Those negative feelings will never really go away. Let it go and make something you will love and wear. Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do, is sell it, and whatever fat money I get from it, because I think I'm going to put it up for £200, which is a lot of money. So I don't know if anyone's going to actually buy it. But that's actually a lot less than if I was pricing it to have made it for somebody. Because there's a good £100 worth of fabric in there, and then £100 for my time. So yeah, I don't know if anyone's actually going to buy it at that price. But I'm going to take whatever I make from it and then use that money to buy a similar coloured wool, so a turquoise coloured wool, because I do want a turquoise coloured coat. But I just get like a more smooth wool, because the boiled wool I just don't think is my favorite. So yeah. Let's see. Claire says, I just bought the By Hand London dart manipulation webinar and the Bums, Tums and Hip Fitting webinar, both on Black Friday, offer for £5 total. Love By Hand London full bust adjustment webinar, which is also on offer. Nice. I have a whole bunch of Susie Farah classes on Craftsy that I paid for. We didn't buy them at full price, but we did. This is before Craftsy became a subscription website. I bought them when they were doing like a buy two for $20 kind of deal. So I've got all of those kind of like dart manipulation, and I've got all of those classes. So I'm going to go through those and use those. I really like the way she teaches. I've watched them all. I did actually take all the measurements and draft my sloper, my bodice sloper, and I never got around to actually cutting it out and making a mock-up and the tweak stage. But that was a long time ago, and now all my measurements have changed, so I need to just start from scratch again. But I'm going to try her classes first, and they may work for me, they may not, and if they don't, then I will go and look for other ones. But yeah, that's the route that I'm going to go down. So yeah. Joe says, now try this hair length with curly girl. Possibly, yes. That's definitely a definite possibility for sure, Joe. Yeah. I need to have some time to experiment with it and get a bit braver with it. But I'm glad that I had it done. Erica says, out of curiosity, do you keep the thick folder of patterns you've already tried but don't like, asking for a friend who has way too many old patterns stored? Every now and again, I will go through and get rid of ones that have just not worked for me, like the Simplicity 6018, the crossover dress that I tried in the teal fabric. I actually ended up just passing the whole thing over to Nia because she did like it. So I gave her the pattern, the tracing that I'd done of the pattern, and the original dress that I'd done, and she was just going to have a play with that. And then I went through and got rid of a few, but I haven't done that for a while, and I need to do it again. I did do it with Mum's patterns recently, made her go through all of them and get rid of the ones that she didn't like, because she had a bunch that she was keeping and that she just never was going to wear again. Accidentally got rid of one of her patterns that she did want, which was the one that she used for her lace cover up for her dressmaker's ball dress. So she had to retrace that one. I felt very guilty. But yeah, every now and again I will go through and get rid of ones that haven't worked for me. And I do have a giant bag full of about 100 patterns. I'm going to take them to the Apley Beach Cafe sewing meetup and let them have kind of first dibs. I'm going to price them all up, and then they're going to go up on the website for anyone else. And then anything that doesn't sell will go to the local charity shop. So yeah. But yes, no, I do every now and again go through my patterns and do that. Silver Fox says, super cheap fabrics here in Australia have 40% off their cashmere wool, which is a mid-weight and smooth, just saying. The trouble is the 40% that I'd save would then get charged in postage, because that would be heavy, I would imagine. What I'm actually thinking is that I am going to, if the coat sells for the price that I would like it to sell for, like I say, £200. So I really don't know if it's going to sell for that much, in all honesty. But if it does sell for that much, then I would like to invest in the cashmere wool coating from Truro Fabrics. I don't know if they have it in a turquoise teal colour, but I know they've got it in a purple, which is another one that I would very much like. So yeah. Julie's here. Hey peeps. Hi Julie. Rachel's here. Morning lovely. Hope you're well. Just putting your advent calendar together now to post out this week. Are we doing 24 or 25 day calendar? I've done you a 24-day calendar, and then you've got a Christmas present as well. But that's only because you've bought me a beautiful birthday present this year, and I didn't get you a birthday present. So you really don't have to give me a Christmas present. I just picked your calendars. Hang on. I saved an Amazon box to package yours up. So there's your Christmas present, and then there's all your little calendar things. They've got flamingos, because of course they have. Half of my sticking tape is unsticking itself, which is really sucking. And the other side of things, this might come to you in 2 boxes, because this is really heavy. I didn't think it all the way through. So I'm going to get it to the post office tomorrow or Tuesday. But I think we might need to send it in 2 packages rather than just the one, because it is quite heavy. But yeah, we've been saving Amazon boxes. Every time an Amazon box has come in, it's like, oh, is that big enough? And then packing everything in, it's like, oh. So this one's just big enough. Let's see. Julie says, hi babe, you look glorious with new hair. Thank you. Rachel says, hair looks fab, by the way. Thank you. Elena says, hello Shana, lovely peeps. Hi Elena. I read your name out earlier and I think I got your surname completely incorrect. I'm very sorry, but thank you for joining the Patreon peeps. Isabella says, hi everyone, enjoying the lazy Sunday in Austria, watching the live for the first time, working on the amigurumi for the shop I'm working for. Nice. Hello and welcome. Anna says to Rachel, your Lyra looked great with what you whizzed up and wore yesterday. Yeah, beautiful. Rachel says, that's fine, honey. Yours is in a fabric godmother box too. Mike keeps on sticking to. I'm glad it's not just me. Yeah, when yours arrives, it's gonna just like all kind of like explode at you out of the box. Tristan said, "Good morning, everyone." Good morning. Rachel says, "Exciting," and she says, "Thank you to Anna." And Julie says, "I'm doing good, working today." Ah, right. So my base layer is done. I'm going to put a shiny layer on because it's me, and we need to be some shiny. Elena says, "Do not worry, everyone butchers my last name, so I don't mind. I'm very sorry." Debbie says, "Morning. I love your new hair." Thank you, Debbie. Thank you, Debbie. Many, many, many lovely hugs for you, Debbie. Thank you for joining us today. Right, so I'm going to make myself helpless again for a couple of minutes, but I can't not have shiny. I need some kind of shiny. I managed to get a giant hair stuck in it as well. Although at least it's not a Chiana hair. Every time I do my nail polish in my room, Chiana comes and sits and looks at me and she sniffs it and then does the face, but she still comes back to sniff it again. Like, Nimue says, "I poked my friend about throwing out our wish list together to take advantage of the Black Friday sale on something delightful." Ooh, good plan, good plan. Rachel says, massive hugs, Debbie. Been thinking about you lots. And Debbie says, "Thank you." Anna says, "Lots of huggies for you, honey." And Debbie says, "Thank you to Anna." Oh. Nimue, Mum started knitting her German cardigan with all the wool that you ferried squirreled over for us. Thank you very much. She's very much enjoying it. It's not going together at all how she thought it was. It was going to. She thought she was going to be like knitting individual leaves and then sewing them together later, but it's not how it's done at all. So she's very much enjoying the process. And the wool is beautiful. Nimue says, "All the hugs for you and to Debbie." And Debbie says, "Thank you to Rachel." And thank you to Nimue, although it's come out as a Nomi. Nomi is quite a pretty name, actually. Yeah, I'm going for like really subtle sparkle because if this one chips, then you can't really see it. Whereas something like really dark, if that chips, it's really, really obvious. So subtle sparkle for now until I can. Debbie says, "Oops, Nimue." I kind of like an Nomi. Yeah, subtle sparkle until I can go and get these done with like a gel overlay. Yes, yes. Once this layer has dried, we will then move on to patches because I'm going to need your help for patch placement on this this jacket because I've got so many, and there's some that I'm like, oh yeah, that needs to be front and center, but then I'm thinking about all of them because I love all of them, which is why I bought them. But yeah, not all of them are going to be able to be front and center, so gonna need some help deciding where things should go. Nimue says, "I'm really glad your mum is enjoying the wool. It's really pretty, and I'm totally considering treating myself to some for the right project at some point." Yeah, I'm really liking. I'm really intrigued to see how this little jacket comes out because I think I might actually really like one for myself. And the colours of wool that they had was beautiful. And I really like the pink and green combination that Mum's gone for. She keeps trying to tell me it's red. It's not. It's bright pink. So I really like the combination, but I'm thinking like sort of like a rusty coloured one with the green. Although if she knits that one, she's going to want to keep it and then give me the pink one. I know she is. So yeah. So yeah, you can't really see, but there we go. There's a little bit of sparkle. Little bit of sparkle. And now I am helpless for 10 minutes. So I shall chat at you all. Nimue says, "Autocorrect doesn't like my chosen name. Always fun when I log in somewhere." Yeah. Oh, I'm getting all the text messages today. What is going on? Sal's here. "G'day, Shiner Peeps. Your new hair gives me Trinity from the Matrix vibes." Oh, I hadn't even thought about that, but yeah. Okay, so as I say, we went to did I say? I don't know. We went to our neighbours last night because it was his 40th birthday party, and his wife had organised it as a surprise. She had to tell him on Thursday, um, because things were starting to arrive for the party, like, so she did have to say that it was happening, but he didn't have any idea who was coming. So every time the doorbell rang or somebody knocked at the door, he was just like, "Oh, hi! I had no idea. Hello." So we went to the neighbours for a couple of hours last night. They had a grazing platter, which was amazing. And yeah, it was really lovely. And our other neighbour who moved into the house that Mum wanted to buy, but there wasn't enough room for us all in there. And so not next door, but the next door but one, they came as well. They moved in about the same time that we did. And Fiona really wants to go to salsa lessons. So she's just messaged me and she's like, "Oh, let me know if you go to salsa." So we might we might we might be going back to salsa. It's going to be interesting. I should just give it a go because it'll be fine. He'll be fine. Nimoy says, or you can have two jackets to share between you, more outfit options. This is true. The only trouble with that is that my arms are a lot longer than Mum's. So, like, when she wears the navy one of this, she has to turn the cuff back because otherwise it drowns her. So, yeah. Silver Fox says, salsa partner, yay. Julie says, need to go again. Break is over. It was nice to see you, Julie. Thank you for dropping in on us. Yeah, it'll be really nice to have somebody to go to salsa with. Like I say, I'm not a fan of the teacher's methods. I just don't like the way he dances. So I'm not sure if I really want to go back. I loved the other teacher. This one, not so much. But we'll see. We'll see. We'll see. Conchetta says, is it just one more things that I'll start and go down a mad rabbit hole and then not use for a long time? Salsa classes sound amazing. Yeah. Julie says, bye, babe. Hi. So, yeah, I mean, it'll be nice. It'll be nice to have somebody to go with and chat to. Like, I mean, everyone there was really, really friendly. Don't get me wrong. Everybody was very, very friendly. But yeah, yeah. So we'll see. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. Yeah. Yeah. Don't know. Don't know. Debbie said to Nimue, I did that message 3 times. Elena says, I don't know how to say this right, but seeing you happy and smiling makes me happy. Like on Friday, I got overly emotional, but you know that. Thank you. It's I mean, it's not just me. Everybody's had a shitty year, haven't they? Like, it's just the 20s. The 20s have been a bit crappy. So yes, and it's just nice to start feeling a bit like me again. So yeah. But thank you. Let's see if I can gently show you this without getting nail polish all over it, because I think this is another one that's going to go up for sale. I promise it's not puckered, just looking puckered. I really like it in the corduroy because obviously the nap of the corduroy really shows off the lines. I think that's really nice. That was an intentional decision. But it really is an A-line skirt with like flare at the very front and the very back. There is not a lot of flare in this at all, which I'm kind of sad about because I do really like this fabric, but I can definitely get more of this fabric and it wasn't overly expensive. I'm never going to be able to probably find the exact same color because I did buy this a long time ago. And I have cut out a waistcoat because I had enough left. And I'm thinking, do I keep the waistcoat or do I try and sell the waistcoat with the skirt as an outfit? So, yeah, but it's really A-line, and it in my head, on me, it doesn't make my waist look like it goes in enough. Because one of the things I like about the very full skirts is that they kind of just give the illusion of like, do you know what I mean? It just makes me look too straight up and down, and I do go in at the waist, and I just don't think it is working for me as is. So I think that one's. I will still make the video about it because the whole kind of like construction process and the working out of the pattern was really interesting, and it is an interesting pattern. And I think the thumbnail with the pattern piece going, "This is going to make a skirt," is, you know, could be quite clickbaity, but in a good way. So I am still going to make a video about it, but yeah, I don't think I'm going to cut into the Brielle wool. I think it's going to be a 3/4 circle skirt because it's going to be much more like the inspiration picture and get worn more often. So yeah. Let's see. Anyway, says dance class with a friend are more fun. Finally got to see and try our new jazz choreography on Friday. It's to Bjork, Oh So Quiet. I love it even though it gets fast. Oh, cool. Silver Fox says that gives it a real nice texture. Yeah, it was an intentional decision to use corduroy for that skirt because of all the lines in it. Because I thought in a plain fabric, the actual interesting part of it could get lost. So yeah. Lucy Lou says that colour waistcoat will still look nice with your denim skirts, I think. Yeah, I'm going to see how I can style it by itself, but I would like an outfit with it. So I think at some point I might get myself some more teal corduroy to just make a brand new outfit out of. Una says, just joined. Hi, Sean and Peeps. Nice hair. Thank you. Could you not add some flair to the skirt, seeing as there's seam lines anyway? Yes, but the problem. Hello, that's way too close. The problem is, okay, so that's the waistline there. All the flare is here, and this is the center front, and this is the center back. So all the flare gets added here. So when you look at it, it's all that. It's like Bianca's sidekick flared skirts, but all the flare is at the very front. It's like this weird kind of like pleat that hangs down. So it's just, I just don't think it's for me. Which is fine. Which is totally fine. And this pattern was a present from Maggie, and I kind of want to keep it because it's so unusual and I love it as a thing, as an object, and as an engineering kind of feat, because it's really clever. And like I say, it was a present, but I also think I know I'm not going to wear that pattern as is. So I'm thinking maybe I ought to pass that on. I was saying earlier before you arrived, Una, I'm still going to be doing something on the screen there. I'm still going to be doing my skirt block in January. And what I think I could do is something like that. But one that starts with a block that fits me, because this block does not fit me. And whilst I got this skirt to fit over my hips and I didn't change the size of the waist was still way too big. I've taken in 4 inches off of the waist on this skirt as is, and there's still another good 2 inches I could take out of it. But if I do that, then I get weird wrinkles, and what I would need to do is put darts in at the side seams, or where there isn't a side seam, but I would need to put darts in there to get it to fit and then still be fit over my hips. And the thing that really bugs me is, so, you know, I finished it beautifully, but the thing that bugs me is these right angles, that raw edge there, and there's nothing I can do to finish that off. and I have to press this bit back like that. I can't press it flat because this seam needs to be pressed flat so that the zip can go into it at the back. I mean, it's a really clever, clever construction. Don't get me wrong. I just don't think it's for me. So even if I do try and draft one for myself from my block that will fit me with darts in it, I still don't think that I'm actually going to ever really love it as a thing because of the construction on the inside and that little snipped into weak point. So yeah. Elena says, I know what you're talking about. When I wear skirts that I need them to be big so I can imagine that I have hips. See, I want to emphasize the hips. I want to make my hips and my butt look bigger. And this really doesn't. I mean, when these dry out, I can try it on for you because I have got a top on underneath this. So I can just take the shirt dress off and try it on and show you what I'm talking about. Anna says to Una with to Una, hiya, how are you? Una says maybe a full length go day on either side. Possibly, but that kind of takes away from the and because there's so this one wraps all the way around. If you can see there, you couldn't add a go day into what is the side seam because there isn't. And as you can see, the front of the skirt wraps because this bit here is also this part of the skirt here. So there's like a seam going through it. So it would be really difficult to add a go day in neatly. I just don't think it's for me. I think it's an amazing skirt. I just don't think it's for me. I will try it on for you in a second when these are nearly dry. So yeah. Nimoy says, that's the trouble with those truly interesting pattern pieces. They get difficult to adjust. I am very proud of myself that I managed to make it fit over my hips. I am, in all honesty. Yeah. So that's why I want to do the video on it, because I'm just like, this is all the machinations I went through to get this thing to fit me, and it kind of fits me. Jane says, late to the party, greetings from Bristol. Hello. Erica says, testing new patterns and styles are great, but recognizing what one likes is also important. Love the style and admire the engineering, but not sure I'd wear it either. Yeah, exactly. Ines says, right, yeah, that wouldn't work. Oh, well, live and learn. Yes, we'd love to see it on. Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. Like, I am super, super, super thankful for Maggie for sending it to me and for letting me try it. And I, as a feat of engineering, I think it's a very clever skirt. Getting undressed on the internet again. But I do just think it's not for me because of the way that it looks on me. So let me turn you around and I'll put it on and I'll show you what it looks like. Like I said, I'm really glad that I tried it. I know I should pass the pattern on, but because I'll have to ask Maggie what she thinks, whether I should pass it on to somebody else, because it's going to be like for my sister-in-law, if she liked that kind of thing, I think it would be kind of the right shape for her. I'll have to tell her what the measurements are, but I don't know that she would actually ever wear it. I think for the person who enjoys this kind of shape. The other thing was they wanted me to put in a 7-inch zipper, and I put in a 9-inch zipper, and I can only just get it over my boobs. I cannot step in and out of it. But I have that problem every single time that anything has a short zipper in it. Right. So Mum really likes it on me. And I mean, I don't dislike it. Don't get me wrong. I need to, like, you know, it is an interesting skirt, but I didn't adjust the waist at all. So I need to take in, like, if I could get it to fit me at the waist, I would like it more. But again, I really dislike the finish on the inside, although I have lined it, so it has got full lining under there. And I used the skirt from the 6380 because that's just a really nice A-line skirt. But what I think I need to do to get this to fit me more is actually take some darts in at the side here, like put darts in there and there to get it to fit out, because I still need the room that I've got in the hips, because if I'd have done it the original size that they wanted me to, it would have still been this big on the waist, and then it just wouldn't have fit over my hips at all. But it's just, it's not nice. Let me tip you down a little bit. I'll come back and read the comments in a minute. Like, it's not nice, and it does have swish and movement in it. I just don't think it's this weird kind of like little extra fullness bit there, and then there's also that comes from the back as well. Like, I did think about making it so that it was a side zipper, and I actually think I prefer the fullness at the side rather than at the front. I think that's better. I think that's better. But yeah, it's just such an odd construction. I don't know. I mean, maybe I might like it more with the waistcoat over the top with then a belt on. Hang on, let me grab. Obviously, the colour palette for today is like maybe. I don't know, let me tip you back, come back round here and chat to you and read the comments with me skirt on. It might be one of those things as well where just because I've been kind of like so close to it, I need to put it aside for a little bit and then come back to it and see what I think later. Let's see. Elena says, question completely off topic. Sian, do you wear headbands? Yes, I do. I actually have a lot of really pretty headbands, and now that I've got this hair back, I actually thinking about putting some of them on. So yes, I think they'd look really cool with this. Silver Fox says, yeah, splitting the pattern to add extra width to get it to be wider skirt is going to mess with the style lines and have them sit different spots, which defeats the purpose. Yes. Actually, now that I've swung it with the zip at the side, I think I prefer it. Let's see. I'm going to read the chat and see what you guys think. So Spin Knit says, hi Sian and Peeps, just popping in for a mo before bed. Good evening. Thank you for joining us. Nimue says, short zippers and skirts and dresses are a pet peeve of mine. Yes, this one could not be any longer because of that right angle. Yeah, it just couldn't be any longer. So I got it in as long as I could, but it will have to go over the head. Silver Fox says, that fold at the front makes it look like secret pants. Yeah. Una says, ooh, that looks lovely, Sian. With the waist pulled in, you really does emphasize your waist like you like. Erica says, agree, not the best style I've seen on you. And what on earth is that fold in the front supposed to do? I think it's just the clever thing of going together. Una says, darts sound like a great idea. Yeah. Mim says the side zipper version is much better. So Spin Net says, I like the fullness at the side too. Nimue says, the shape does look lovely. I wonder if it might benefit from something with a bit more drape. Corduroy moves in a very specific way, even if it doesn't show off the seams very nicely. This one is really, really lightweight. It is really lightweight. I don't know that I would like this in anything. Let me see if I can show you a piece. I mean, I know that like just because it's lightweight does mean that it doesn't necessarily have drape, but let me show you the... It is a really lightweight corduroy. I'm just making a mess now. All my waistcoat pieces. Come on, behave, behave. Yeah, I think moving it the fullness to the sides so that it comes out from there, and I don't have that center front seam. I think that's much, much better. It's still too big in the waist, but I can cheat that with the belt on. I think maybe I will keep this one. I think with the waistcoat over the top and a belt on it, I think I might get the look that I like. Elena says, yes, side zip away looks more like a skirt. Silver Fox says, yeah, I was just thinking the same to Nimue. Tristan says the side zip is cute. Silver Fox says definitely prefer it with the flare at the side. Jane says side zip is good. And Joe says love that skirt, looks great, but if it doesn't make you want to dance. Diana says as to the skirt, it does look better with the zipper on the side. Yeah, I think so too. I think this is much better. I think this is much, much better. It's just, I just wonder how I could, because the trouble is if I do it like this, then I can't put the darts in because the darts were going to go there because that's essentially, this is the back and this is the front. But yeah, it does look much better like this, doesn't it? It's just so big. But if I try and nip the waist in anymore, then it starts to pucker and wrinkle over the hips. No, maybe hang on, let's one of the nice, do I have, yes, so this is the waistcoat that I have cut out. Obviously this is in the dark denim one, but this is the exact style of waistcoat that I've cut out. Let's turn you around again so we can have a look at this, what this potentially this outfit's going to look like. So actually this waistcoat as well, I think I didn't add any length to it, and I think I need to add an inch of length because the actual waist of this is coming an inch above my waist. But we all know that I wear my waistcoats with a belt because that's just my preference. Actually, do you know what? Do you know what? That I like. So we've moved the zip over to the side, so you can see more of the interesting style lines. Then the actual volume that they've added is at the sides rather than at the front, at the crotch basically, and also right at my butt. And with the waistcoat over the top, this I would wear. Yes, this I would wear because I've got my definition at my waist. Yeah. Oh, that's good. So the video is going to be quite interesting, I think, because it's going to be like, look, this is how I did the thing. I don't like how they originally want me to style it, but let's twist it around. Yeah. Oh, that's good. Because I really do love this corduroy. Yeah. And the fullness at the sides is so much better. There we go, Holston. Yes. Right, let me put my other outfit back on. um, when I was getting dressed this morning, I came down in my commute outfit again, so my roll neck and my slip and my tights, and got dressed on camera again down here. But it is meaning that like half my wardrobe's down here. I need to at some point take it all back up to the main house. So yeah, I don't think I'm going to make this skirt in the Brielle wool. And I think I will try and do the pattern adjustment on my block, because I think whilst I'm going to keep this one now that we've worked out how I'm going to wear it, I do think that I'll end up with a better fitting skirt if I start with a block that fits me perfectly rather than trying to retrofit a pattern. Hello. Let me put my clothes back on. On the internet, getting dressed in front of hundreds of people. Well, how many? 121 people. I mean, I started prancing around on the internet in my underwear for shorts, so you know, it's not that kind of like unusual. Oh, it's so nice to be able to wear my dresses again. So nice. I missed my dresses, and I'm layering them up. This is definitely a summer dress. It's the cotton lawn one. But with this layer underneath of it, it's working really well for winter. And I think that's kind of the angle that I'm going to do on my dress band video. I'm going to do some statistics because I wore a certain type of skirt a lot, and I have it in different colors. And then also some of my pattern choices and print choices have like really sort of shown me, oh, hang on a minute, I prefer this or this. So I think that video is going to be quite interesting. And I am going to do the experiment again in summer, because Nimue, I think it was you that said, you know, like, oh, hope you've got lots of warm days, because the majority of the stuff that you've made is like short sleeved. And that's something that I did notice. I was very lacking in long sleeved tops. So yeah, I think I'm going to do the experiment again in summer. Because I think I think it's a really interesting experiment, but I think going forward, I'm going to try and challenge myself, like a mini challenge, to have like at least 2 separate outfits a week rather than just always my dresses. And the outfits can't always be my comfy jogging bottoms. I need more jogging bottoms as well. But as you all know, my plans for Christmas and Vlogmas are knitmas. Thank you to Gig Racer for that. So yeah, it's going to be knitmas. So I'm going to make myself some more jogging bottoms and comfy pieces as well, because I have 3 pairs of jogging bottoms that I love wearing with all my t-shirts. So yeah, it was an interesting experiment for sure. Let's see. Erica says perhaps 4 small darts. Yeah, like a dart, you know, like there and there and there and there at the back. That would be a good idea. I do think, like I say, I think what I would do is wear this one with, you know, wear that one rotated 90 degrees with the side zip in. And then I think I'm going to try and draft that skirt from my skirt block when I make that in January, because my idea for January is to do the skirt block, the bodice block, the sleeve block, and the trouser block, and then try and make something from those blocks. And I don't want them to be just like a I mean, for the trousers, it's going to be a really like basic pair of trousers. But for the skirt one, we'll know that I know how to draft circle skirts and things like that. So it would either be a pencil skirt, which I still might do, but then trying to recreate this one from my block that's going to fit me perfectly from like because it's basically an A-line skirt with a really interesting amount of flare and stuff added onto it. So I think doing that from my block so that it fits me perfectly to begin with might mean that I end up with darts in like you say, in sort of 2 darts at the front, 2 darts at the back. But I think that could be an interesting take on it, and it will refer back to this Holston video that I'm going to do as well. So yeah. Yes. Erica says, worn like that is nice 30s vibes. Ooh, I hadn't even kind of clocked that. For me, it was very 70s. Saskia says, this looks nice. Thank you. Andy says, hello, lovely peeps. Loving the new hair, Sean. Thank you, Andy. I have not watched your latest vlog yet. I need to get through that. But I think you're able to monetize now, aren't you? Because you've got your 1,000 subscribers, and I think you've got 4,000 hours of watch time, I think. That's really exciting. And if you don't follow Andy's channel, you definitely should. So Andy says, oh, Anna as well. Anna has launched her new company, which is amazing. Pattern Pouch Nest. It's got its own YouTube and website. Do you have an Instagram for it as well, Anna? I hadn't even thought about that. There's a pattern that I've seen on your website, because I did have a look, and I'm definitely going to order it. I was just waiting to get paid from YouTube. I have to have a look, because just searching it's not coming up on Instagram. Let's see, where did we get to? Nimue says the skirt feels much nicer this way, and the waistcoat covers what was bothering you. Problem solved. Yeah. Debbie says, I like it twisted to the side like that. Looks so much better. Yeah. See, hive mind. I'm glad that we talked through that one. Anna says hi to Andy, and Andy says hi to Anna. Eleanor says then when the same color waistcoat it will be ready. It will look really nice styled with the white parity shirt. Yes, that's what I'm thinking. And I have turquoise boots as well, so yeah, that would work really well. And it should look really good with the teal cobra corsage, which I think will look all right with the waistcoat underneath of it as well. So yeah, because I'm planning on doing a teal and purple lookbook in the future. So yeah. Claire says definitely a better way of styling it. Looks great like that. Yeah. Anna says to Andy, what are you up to today? Nimue says, I even think the star lines sit at a better spot to be seen with the skirt turned at 90 degrees. They run across the front more instead of getting lost in the sides. Yeah, I agree. It's more of like an obvious kind of like, ooh, there's an interesting sweep going on there. Andy says to Anna, I'm working on the Willow wrap coat. You should see the mess in here. So Spin Knit says to Anna, I'm good, Anna. Just been really busy lately. I'm really looking forward to the summer holidays. Nice. Nimue says, and where are all the likes for this titillating content, Peeps? Oh yeah, there's 128 of us and 51 likes. Please do like the live stream. It really does help. I promise. Anna says to Andy, I can imagine little like here as I'm working on another fabric stain for a lady and designing things to go for my new venture. Oh, yay. Anna says, ooh, exciting to Anna. Anna says to So Spin Knit, yay, sounds good. Nimue says, going to break for lunch. Hope to see you afterwards. Probably. Anna says to Andy, thank you. Andy says, way off to watch time yet, but I'll get there. Thank you, lovely. Ah, awesome. Anna says, no Instagram. Strangely, it did not work because some tech issue. Ah, okay. But there is still the website Pattern Pouch Nest and the YouTube channel. And there's a particular pattern that I've got my eye on that I'm going to order, like I say, when I get paid from YouTube, which is any day now. It's always exciting when payday comes around. Karen's here. Hi peeps, catching up, but I have to say I really like that skirt on you. Oh, thank you. I think I'm much happier with it now that I've turned it 90 degrees. Like when I was wearing it the way that it was intended, I'm just like, not so much. But that 90-degree shift, I think I'm going to really like it. So Spin says good night to all. Good night. Thank you for joining us. Rotten Ralph's here. Good morning, Shannon peeps. Good morning. Right, nails are dry. It's been an hour and 20 minutes. Should we get some patches out? I'm gonna put a bit of lippy on because my lips are drying out. It's any trouble when you wear lipstick. It's a high shine lip crayon. It's more like a balm than it is a lipstick, but it does have some color in it. That feels better. Right. Where are these gonna go? Rotten Ralph says, I have missed the 90 degrees. Yes, there's a skirt that was misbehaving. Oh, I'm putting these so that I can see them. Let me turn them around so that you guys can see them when I tip you down in a second. Because we have a lot of patches to place. Yes, a lot of patches. I'm so excited. It's gonna look awesome. This is the only one that they only had it with Velcro on the back, but they didn't have the just stick-on version. The straight thread on there. Let's get rid of that. But I had to have this one. Hello, my name is Inigo Montoya. You killed my father. Prepare to die. I had to have that one, and that one's got to go like there. Like this one can go on the back. My little croaky. Like the Lacoste one. Maximum Effort. Stark Industries. Maverick. Time Variance Authority. Cyberdyne Systems. Is that all of them? Yes, it is. Okay. So let me tip you down. Show you what we're working with. Yeah. It's going to be the geekiest jacket ever. I'm so excited. Now, I know that this one and this one are going to go on the front. And I know that this one, and these two are going to go on the arms. So it's just these ones that we need to work out the placement for. So move those over to the side. Get the jacket out. Is the lighting still all right? How's everyone doing? So I'm thinking okay. They're going to go on the arms. Stark Industries, like there. Hellfire Club, Rebel Scum. That's going to get hidden by the collar. Maybe Stark Industries and Cyberdyne, kind of like over there. Let's see. What did? Let's see. Rotten Ralph says lipstick, lip gloss, all causes of drying. Yeah, now that I've started today, though, I can't stop. Elena says, Sean giving all of the EDB impression with the lipstick. EDB? What's EDB? Am I being dim? Oh, this one and this one on the opposite side. Okay. Johanna says, hello everyone. Hi. Michelle says, good morning, peeps. Shan, you're looking fab with the new do. What are we doing today? This. Rockmouth says, Elena, exactly what I was thinking. What is EDB? Am I being dim? Oh, Hellfire Club on the back. Yeah, I think you're right. But I do kind of think I want something down there. Because I'm going to have something down there. Because otherwise I'm going to run out of room. Although maybe I'm not. I kind of like these two together. Emily D. Baker. Ah, Emily D. Baker. Thank you. Yeah. So like this one has to be here. Hello. My name is Inigo Montoya. You killed my father. Prepare to die. Yeah. Right. Right. Okay. So not sure about that one yet, but I'm not sure about this croaky either. I'm not sure where the croaky should go yet. But I'm happy with these three. I like the Stark Industries and Cyberdyne Industries together. I'm kind of leaving this space free because I was thinking there needs to be another one that goes on there. Maybe my Ravenclaw patch, but also I've got to bear in mind seam allowances. So I think I'm happy with those three in those places. So put those to the side. Let's have a look at the back. So we think Hellfire Club right in the middle. Brown coat, I think, needs to be on the arm as well. And then we've got the back yoke. Trying to think about something like that. Is that too samey? Elena says, croaky on the pocket flap. Erica says, toddler's nap over. Have a great day, everyone. You too. Thank you for joining us. Caroline says, Serdan has Inigo Montoya patch on his harness. Nice. Elena says, croaky, not cooking. Yeah, no, I got that. What do we think is that too symmetrical? I kind of like symmetry. I'm a bit of a fan of symmetry. So we've got Rebel Scum, Starfleet, Avengers, Hellfire Club, Time Variant, Authority, and House Targaryen. Although I'm not sure one should want to be affiliated with them. Elena says Rebel in the middle, then all the A's are not together. Oh yeah. That's a good point. Yeah, that looks better, doesn't it? Because that was a very kind of like A shape, isn't it? Rottenow says like it. Elena says Rebel. Conchetta says Starfleet and Avengers look similar. Maybe break them up with the Rebel scum. Great minds think alike. Conchetta and Elena. Anna says looks great to me. Tia says Rebel scum in the middle, top as the Star Trek and Avengers both have an A shape. You guys, good eyes, definitely. So we've got. I think that's good. Let me take a photo of it though, just so that I don't forget where everything's going to go. Phone's plugged in. So, yeah. And put those to the side. Let's have a look at the fronts again. Because that one definitely has to go there, doesn't it? Like, hello, my name is Inigo Montoya. You killed my father. Prepare to die. With maximum effort. Is that too busy? What do you think? What do you think? Caroline says better that way too, color-wise. Yeah, I think I agree with you for the back. Mim says the two roundish ones more to the side. Sal says I've got a photo with Kerry. I can never say his last name. He was super nice. Asked me for my name, both greeted and said goodbye with it. Oh, that's nice. Rotten Ralph says maximum effort is well placed. Yeah, I kind of like these ones together. Now, do I put? The trouble is, if I put his little face there, then he's going to get covered up with the collar. So I think that one needs to go on an arm. Haley says, good morning, peeps. Elena says, those three might get into the seams. No, it's got 3/8 of an inch seam allowance. So we're good. We're good here. We're good. Kind of thinking that maybe I centralize that one. Conchetta says, I met Kerry as well. I've told people that I encountered Dread Pirate Roberts and lived to tell the tale. He was lovely. Oh, that's so cool. I did want one that was I am the Dread Pirate Roberts as well. I did want one, but I couldn't find one. I like this. I'm going to take a photo of this. I like that configuration. Okay. So let's put that to the side and we'll get an arm out. Okay. So an arm. Obviously they're going to go down the center of the arm. So I really want my Top Gun and I want the Maverick one underneath it like that. And then I've got to make sure that that goes on the right way up, but I'm thinking Firefly on that side. What do we think of that configuration? That kind of like, I like how that looks. Somebody's saying put Croaky on the pocket flap. I like that idea, but the trouble is he's kind of a little bit big for the pocket flap. He's a little big for the pocket flap. I think he might work there. What do we think? Oh, I've lost my Maverick. I've lost my Top Gun. Here we go. Conchetta says, took his time with everyone. Oh, they're so nice. Elena says, dark on dark through phone. Rotten Ralph says, put Croaky on the pocket flap. Elena says, completely crazy idea. Deadpool on the collar. Yeah, maybe. Deadpool is a definite possibility. And collar goes that way up. Put a little Deadpool on the collar. He would fit. He would fit. Maybe over this side because this side's already quite busy. Yeah, a little Deadpool on the collar. So Deadpool on the collar. I like that. What are we thinking about Croaky on the pocket flap? You'd put SG1 with the top with, well, see, like I like the SG1 one, but I was thinking, because I've got another sleeve, don't forget. I was thinking SG1, Farscape, Ravenclaw. What do we think? What do we think? And then that's it. That's all the patches that we've got because I've still got other ones that I want to get. Like I need a Battlestar Galactica. Let me give you my list. Let me give you my list of ones that I still want to get. I'll tip you up for a second. Hello. Right, so I still want to get Battlestar Galactica Viper patch, which is quite a small one, and I actually do have it already, but it is in one of my boxes of all my books, so I don't know where it is. So I'm going to repurchase because I don't mind having two. I want to get a Babylon 5 Cycle one, which again is quite a small patch. I want to get Stargate Atlantis. So maybe that should be on the other sleeve. But I don't want to compromise on where things go now. But Stargate Atlantis with the Pegasus Galaxy on it is the same size as this one. So maybe I should move the Maverick ones down a little bit. Red Dwarf, I want a Red Dwarf one. I want a Sunnydale High patch. Breakville School, Supernatural, and Smallville. Supernatural, I think it would have to be something about like a Chevy Impala. So I do still have some more that I want to get, but I kind of, maybe if I, let's see, maybe if I shuffle all of these Top Gun brown coat ones down a little bit so that when I get the Stargate Atlantis patch, it can go on the other side so that, yeah. I think I like that. I think I like that. And then that's it. We haven't got any ones left to do. Rotten Mouse says, I'd put the SG one with the Top Gun. So like this. I do like that. Like I said, I want to get the Stargate Atlantis one as well. So maybe if I move Farscape up and keep Ravenclaw down there, and then Stargate Atlantis could go over there. But these patches that I've got cost me 120 quid. As part of my budget for oh, somebody's saying about the elbow, don't forget you need to be able to bend your hand. This is true, but I'm planning on ironing these on and then hand stitching them on as well. Or maybe machine stitching, but I think probably hand stitching them on. Conchetta says, what patches are left to place? This is us done. We've got all of them. Katie says, where are the patches coming from? I got the majority of these from eBay. No, Etsy. And then it says, I've read that one. Rotten says, elbow is important. Yeah. I'm just dropping everything on the floor. So elbow is kind of like there. Yeah, so that brown coat one is going to be, maybe I just prioritize what I've got. See, I prefer that kind of configuration. Like, I think I really like how that looks. Maybe I find somewhere else for Farscape to go. Maybe Farscape goes on the back. How about that? What do we think of that? When do we get to read the chat? Where do we get to read the chat? They're exactly the same size. I think they look different sizes because this one has the black border, so you can only see the silver. Let's see, where did I get to? Elbow is important. Diana says, I'm giggling because I love all the same things you do. Yeah. Caroline says, that's better. The fast cape is bigger than the SG1. Sal says, should get the anti-demon possession tattoo that Dean and Sam have as a patch. Oh, genius idea. That would be a really good idea. I wonder if anyone makes that. Diana says, what about Doctor Who? Yes, there's a really kind of like cool, narrow Doctor Who patch that I want. I think it's going to fit on the front. Let me show you. Let me show you. You can definitely tell what obsession I've been going through by my Etsy like save. Yeah. Come on, where are my patches? So yeah, there's the Red Dwarf one. That's the Break Bills, which is from the Magicians. We've got the Atlantis Pegasus. So I could get the round one, but I do like that. That's the Doctor Who one that I want. Oh, Guardians of the Galaxy. I love that one. This one I really want. Alderaan Park Ranger. I think that's so awesome. But it's also really big and made of leather, so it's actually not going to go very well with this one. Yeah, that's it for patches. Yeah, Supernatural with the tattoo, that would be a very good idea, definitely. And then Sunnydale and Smallville, I was thinking on the back of the jacket, if there's enough room. Oh, yeah. Eleanor says, it leaves ugly marks if you rip them off after ironing. Ask me how I know. Yeah, no, that's why I'm wanting to get this right with you guys before I start ironing them on. Maybe I could just hand sew them on rather than iron them on. Maybe I should just sew them on. What do you think? So Colette says, why don't you pin them onto one of the other Sorrento jackets to check for the elbow? Yeah, no, I agree with you guys. I think this positioning is going to be better, and then I can put them on the forearm for some of the other ones, like the break bill patch. Elena says it can also go under the pocket. It can also go under the pocket on the front. Yes, like Sunnydale and Smallville would look really cool together in that position. Rotten Ralph says, I like the two above the Ravenclaw one. Yeah, I like those two circular ones next to each other. But like Caroline said, because of the way that this patch is made, it does look smaller than this one. But the thing is, I don't want to. This one is smaller. I really want Top Gun over the Maverick one because that was just one of my favorite films from this year. So maybe I should put SG1 on the back and go for a Targaryen there. What do we think? Or Starfleet there and put SG1 on the back. Rotten Ralph says, I like the two. I've read that one. I have a bunch of Velcro patches of a similar geek. Hand sewing works better. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking as well. Elena says, by the way, those side by side look very nice. Claire says there are some good applique stitches on the Benina. Yes, I'm a bit worried with doing it because this is, as you know, Claire, this is a stretch denim, and I'm a little bit worried about trying to. I think I'd rather do it by hand. Maybe baste it on by hand and then stitch it down by machine. Lala Palooza says, I used a zigzag around the edges and coordinating thread for my figure skating badges. Yeah, I think what I'm going to do is hand baste them down, not glue them. Or maybe I should glue them. Can I take some of this? Like this one looks like it might peel off. No. I think what I'm going to do is not glue them down because I might want to move them around. hand stitch them down and then go over the hand stitching with my machine to make sure that they stay in place. Lollapalooza, I've read that one. Rotten Mouse says, I've only recently figured out how to use the buttonhole stitch on my Singer. I hand sew a lot. Jane says, a hand sew job for your sew cafe meet. Yes. Yes. Although we're not going again till the 8th of December, and I really would like to get this finished before then. What are we thinking about these two together rather than that one there? Does this one look better? What do we think? Haley says hand basting instead of glue is a good idea. Yeah. Rotten Rouse says those are not stretchy even if the jacket is. No, I know, but what I mean is I can overhandle the fabric when I'm stitching it on, and it'll end up puckering the fabric. That's what I mean. Is like, I know if I was trying to just like pin this in place and stitch it, machine stitch it the very first round, I know that I could like manipulate the fabric badly so that it end up warped. That's what I meant. Elena says original ones. Kathleen says, now you've got me thinking that I need to put patches on a jacket that my late husband collected. Lots of vintage British car patches, MGs, Austin Healey's. Oh yeah, that would be very cool. Haley says Starfleet looks good beside Farscape. Starfleet with Farscape is good. Ah, I see. Yeah. Yeah, no, now that Caroline said it, I can really see that this one did look, even though they're exactly the same size, that one looks smaller. I think that one with the silver border there. Yeah, I think I'm happy with those. I like that placement. I like that it's not exactly the same. Okay, so they're on the back, they're on the front, they're on the front as well. So let's put these to the side. Let's get the back out. We're going to put Deadpool on the collar. So, Hellfire Club there. The only reason I would love the Hellfire Club to go here, but it's going to get hidden by the collar. So I'm putting that one there, and I'm thinking like Smallville or Sunnydale could go across here because that wouldn't then get hidden by the collar. Deadpool's going to go on the collar, isn't he? So how did we have this? I've got a photo. This is why I took a photo. Okay. So we had these ones like that, and then we had the Targaryen and time variant down the bottom. Maybe is that too even? Is that better? What do we think? Bree says, hello from Broome in Western Australia. Patchy times. Yes. Lollapalooza says, this is going to be very cool and very heavy. Yeah. Rotten Mouse says, I'm barely awake, to be honest. Elena says, swap Rebel back to side. Rebel Scum back to the side. Maybe if I did, then that one and that one. Because I like the balance of the colours. Targaryen looked good centre of the yoke. Caroline, I read that one. Kathleen says the two below look better. Yeah, I agree. Haley says, do you have the collar piece handy to place where it will fall on the back? It would make placing the back patches easier. Yes. Yeah, my Targaryen's getting covered up. I'm going to move that down a little bit. Good point, Hayley. Johanna says, I don't like the two orange rounds together. So is that better? Oop, lost my collar, but yeah, they've got to come down to go kind of like over that back piece like that. Kathleen says Rebel looks better in the middle since it's a different shape. Hayley says too much orange together up at the top. Yeah, so switch those over. Jane says orange, reds together at the top, scum in middle. What Ralph says, yes. Elena says that's much better. Yeah, I like this. I like this. I think I'm happy with that. Yeah. Right, so let's delete this photo because that one's wrong. And now take this photo. Yeah. Yeah, I like that. And yeah, when I get more patches, because I will, so like I can put break bills down here. So are we going, and we're going for croaky on the pocket, or is that too much? Little croaky and Deadpool on the, because they seem like the perfect pairing, to be honest. Croaky on the collar opposite Deadpool. Great minds think alike, Conchetta. Right, so it's not too much. Yes, to the collar patches. Yeah, I think I prefer him up here rather than on the flap of the pocket, just because of the size of him. I think if he was a little bit smaller, he'd look good on the pocket. I think this is a good plan. I think this is a good plan. Now I've just got to remember which way around. I think I've got this the right way around because this does get top stitched on like this. Got to make sure that I'm sewing these to the outside, not the inside. Yeah. Yeah, I like that. This is going to be the geekiest jacket there ever did. I'm so excited. Yes, take photo. Have taken photo. Right. Okay. So, which bit I'm going to do the collar last, I think. I'm going to try and do Hello, my name is Inigo Montoya. I'm my father. I really wish I could get this Velcro off. I might go and get out my knife and just see if I can kind of get it off gently, carefully, without ripping or hurting anything. Like I say, they didn't have the Inigo Montoya one without the Velcro on it. They didn't have the iron-on patch, and I wasn't willing to wait, even though it's taken me this long to get to it. Let's see if, because it's glued on. Nope, it looks like some of the stitching is into the Velcro as well, so I'm not going to risk it because I really don't want to damage that one. I think it was quite expensive. And it's one of my favorites, so it 100% does not want to get damaged. Hello, my name is Inigo Montoya. You killed my father. Prepare to die. Okay, now how do I attach it so that it's in the right place for me to then sew it on? Also, I need to go and get some red thread. I'll be back in a second. It's currently 20 degrees in here. It was 15 when I got down here earlier. It was very chilly. Very, very chilly. Very chilly indeed. I'm excited about this jacket. I think it's going to look awesome. Conchetta says it's super early here, but is your chair different or do I need more coffee? No, I put a cover on it because it was getting really tatty. So it has now beautiful velvet cover. I had to get the extra large one because I bought the normal size one, the standard size one, and it was not big enough. So yes, I had to get the ginormous one. Ooh. Bag full of stuff down there. Now I purposefully went for dark top stitching on this jacket because if I was very tempted to go with the bright gold top stitching that you get with like traditional denim, but I just thought if I did that, then it could end up looking really, really busy because of all the patches that I wanted to sew on. So I thought it would be better to do it this way. Right. Now my initial thought is I want to do it with the line, but the line is not the yoke is not straight. The yoke is angled. So yeah, because my initial thought was yeah, line it up with, but that's wonky. So I've drawn a line from the edge of the because this is obviously straight, so I've drawn a line from there 2.5 inches in. I'm going to match up the side of this with that line so it's going to be straight. That's the plan. That's the plan. Lollapalooza says, do you have double-sided tape for quilting? That would work to keep them in steady while sewing. Ah, no, ours is completely used up. But yeah, that would have been a great idea. Maybe I should order some more in. Andy says, the sun has decided to make an appearance. I was hoping for rain all day so I could hide in my room, lol. So I have to pop out with the girls' dogs. See you later, peeps. Enjoy. Kathleen says, don't stab yourself and bleed on the jacket. No, that would be bad. Rotten Ralph says to Lollapalooza, useful information. Yep. Kathleen says, it's a balmy 11 degrees here in Illinois. That's minus 11 in Celsius. Brrr. That's really chilly. Bree says it's 28 degrees centigrade here in Broome and 8:42 p.m. Oh, that sounds delightful. Delightful. So yeah. Right, now how am I going to do this? How am I going to do this? So I need to do some anchoring stitches to start with. And then just try and sew it on and see how that works. And then I will sew them on. And I'm using the same color thread as the patch because whilst yes, this is basting, I really don't want to have to remove this if I can avoid it. Okay. So I'm gonna need it. I'm gonna wish I had a thimble. This is really thick to sew through. So I'm gonna really roughly base these on and then go over it with the machine 100%, because this is not going to be fun otherwise. This is going to take forever. It'll be fine. It will be fine. Bruce says, can't even imagine what a -11 would feel like to Kathleen. Yeah. Brr. Ralph says, 15 degrees here in Central Florida. That's kind of chilly for Florida, isn't it? Oh, it's 7:45 a.m. Yeah, okay, fair enough. It's been chill for Florida for the last week. Oh. Yeah, this is 100% going to need to be sewn down by machine after I've pasted it into place. I'm not sure how I'm going to retrofit the patches because of the lining on this thing. That's going to be interesting. I'm sure I'll work something out. I'm so pleased I'm finally getting around to it though. Yay. This is going to be the geekiest coat ever. I love it. Lollapalooza says -4 degrees centigrade here in the middle of a snowstorm in Kincardine, in Canada. Haley says it's 31 degrees Fahrenheit, -1 here in Southern Virginia. Oh, brr. Rachel then says, good morning all. It's 74 in South Florida. Not really awake, but wanted to stop in and say, Shan, I adore your hair. Oh, thank you. And good morning. Diana says, I don't have any shape flex for my bag. Should I just use 2 layers of medium woven interfacing? Possibly, yes. I have tried experimenting and ignoring the interfacing instructions that pattern designers have put in to my detriment. How long would it take for you to get the correct stuff in? Is it like a definitely can't wait that long kind of project? Rotten Ralph says it's delightful to get a project that makes you feel giddy. Yeah. That was that dress that I showed you guys the other day. The pansy print dress. I am so over the moon with how that has turned out. Oh, 6 to 8 weeks. Yeah, go with the double layer. Go with the double layer rather than have to wait 6 to 8 weeks. That's a long time. Yeah, that pansy print dress. I am just so happy with how that turned out. I'm so glad I waited as well, because I don't know that I would have ever kind of even thought to put those 3 things together, before I mean, I wouldn't have, because I didn't, I obviously hadn't fixed those sleeves on the 9372 until recently, so yeah. Nimoy says, "I've been fed, I have tea, I am back." Welcome back. Dad's making burgers for me and him for lunch today. Mum made them the other day, but they need to be cooked. So we're having burgers, which I'm very excited about. This is some very rough basting. Diana says, yeah, Africa. Lala Plucy says, by the way, loving the shorts you've been putting out. Oh, thank you so much. Yes, I've been getting a few complaints about them, and I know they're not for everybody. And if they're not for you, you really don't have to watch them. But I'm very glad that some of you are enjoying them, because I'm enjoying making them as well. So yeah, I know they're not for everybody. I know not everyone's going to like them, but I have been enjoying making them. Haley says, layer it up and see how it feels before sewing. May need more than 2 layers. Yeah, that's a good point. That's a good point. Rotten Ralph says, I'm still waiting for my satin bias binding in order to make my walkaway dress for the challenge, due in October. Rotten Ralph says, I like the shorts. Thank you. Bree says, how are the view counts for the shorts going? Is it more popular than longer videos? I was saying this at the beginning, actually. For my analytics, so for this same period last month, I have 57% more views on the channel, and the watch time has remained the same. So I'm getting more views and I'm not dropping in watch time, even though I've been putting out majority of short videos under 60 seconds and only the one long form content. So it's actually been way more successful than I could have even imagined it to be to begin with. So yeah, it's working at the moment really well, although Friday's video did not do as well as I was hoping it was going to. But I guess it's one of those ones where, because it's an advert, and I have to put that it's an advert in the title, because they did send me the things to review and they're paying me for the content as well. I have to, declare that it's an advert ahead of time. I enjoyed the video. I really liked how it came out. I'm enjoying those styling kind of videos, like the Cobra Corsage one. I have a few more planned. Somebody said that I should do an emerald one, and you're not wrong. I think I'm going to. I've got a teal and purple one planned, and I've got I'm going to do a Savannah one, because I know I kind of did a Savannah one last year, but I would like to. There was a few bits and pieces from Savannah that I haven't finished yet, so I would like to make those pieces and then show those all together. So yeah, I think I'm going to have to take this basting out because this is really rough. But yeah, it's been a much more successful, kind of change and relaunch than I even could have imagined. So thank you very, very much. And there's a few people that have commented and just said, really not enjoying the shorts, don't want to have to watch two adverts to watch a 60-second video. I get it. I totally get it. And don't change your viewing habits just for me, because I don't want to make you annoyed with the content that I put out. If you want the long form videos, then just do those. If the shorts bother you, just don't watch them. It's totally fine. It's totally fine. Oh, I meant to ask this at the beginning, actually, when I was talking about Patreon and thanking all the Patreon peeps. A few people said that they would rather do memberships on YouTube than they would have to sign up for Patreon and go outside of the YouTube platform. So I've started the process of the membership. I've started the membership process on YouTube. It would literally be exactly the same, exclusive access to the waffles. So like I still post, obviously I still post them on Patreon, but the membership on YouTube would be exactly the same, like behind the scenes, exclusive access to the waffles. And and I just wanted to let you guys know that the only reason I'm putting it up is because there are a few people that have requested that because they really don't want to sign up for Patreon. So it's not, I'm not expecting anyone to do both, obviously, because it's exactly the same level of content that you'd get for both. But a few people have asked for it, which is why there's going to be membership available on YouTube as well. And it's going to be the same price. So it's $1.99 because that was the option. So it's I guess it's slightly more expensive because of the cost of dollars opposed to pounds, I think, or maybe it would be cheaper. I don't know, but it's £2 basically, and it's going to be exactly the same content as Patreon. So the waffles basically, and then I was going to say something else. What was I going to say? My poor little brain's just gone completely blank. Oh, Brie, yes, you mentioned like a tip jar, because you said, I think it was you, Brie, you said, you know, when you watch one of my tutorials, you're like, oh, I always want to give you $1 to say thank you for the tutorial. There is, if you look underneath the video, there's a little heart with a $sign in it that says thanks next to it, and that's basically essentially the tip jar. And again, I'm not saying you have to do that. I'm just saying that there's a few of you that have asked for that or access to that, and that was always there. That's not something that that's just something that's always been there. So if that is something that you wanted to do, because I know a few of you send me coffees instead, just to say thank you for the hangouts, or you know, like it's a one-off thing. There's also the little tip, it's a little heart with a $sign in it, and it's under every video. So there's also that option as well. Now, I am, as I say, obviously going to be sewing this down by machine to make sure that it is 100% adhered. And I definitely think I'm going to have to find a faster way of sticking these down. I'm going to have to go root through Mum's stash and see if she's got any of the double-sided tape, so that maybe I can just skip the basting step, because I'm definitely going to have to take these basting stitches out as well. They were super obvious. So I didn't need to go and get the right thread colour, but never mind. I have my first patch on my jacket. I'm so relieved. I'm such a nerd. It's going to be so cool. Right. Where did I get to with the chat? Let's see. Where did I get to with the chat? Rachel Lynn said, I had my anniversary dinner last night. I made my dress, McCall's 8348, and felt gorgeous. It's fun to make something you love. Oh, lovely. Catherine says, hello, just back from church. Hello. Nimue says, first rule of the internet and life in general, you can't please everyone, so don't even try. I'm enjoying the shorts and your enjoyment is showing through. Ah, oh, awesome. And yeah, exactly. I'm never going to be able to please everybody. So, you know, it's one of those things. Bree says, that's great to hear. Good for you. Thank you. Jane says, ooh, pretty hair. Thank you, Jane. Ooh, very similar to yours, isn't it? Except for the fringe. Somebody said I should have the fringe cut in. It's like, no, because it's my mother's haircut. And I do not want my mum's haircut. So I'm liking this bit. I'm liking the sweepy fringe. Bree says, yeah, I was using the coffees thing, but Patreon makes more sense. Awesome. Thank you. Carol says, good morning from New York. You could use school glue. Ah, yeah. Do I have any of that? I have a box of glue up there. Glue and sticky tape. Could give that a try. Rachel says, did you draw the seam allowance? I'd be worried about putting them too close. I haven't, but I know that the seam allowance on this is 3/8 of an inch, so I'm not going to over. That's why I've sewn as much of this as I have, so that I didn't have to worry about seam allowances for these pieces. But yeah, no, I will. When I put in the 3 over here, I will draw in the seam allowance to make sure that I'm not overlapping any of that. Bree says, or sending you fabric. Yes, no, exactly, Bree. No, it's just I wasn't saying that you should be tipping me for the videos, but I think it was you that asked about the tip jar. So I just wanted to say in general, yes, there is one. Catherine says, I finished the dress for my friend. She really likes it. The Ponte one. Oh, awesome. That's the this is the fabric, Bree. It's all been washed and ready to go. It's just living there at the moment because it's going to live in this box over here, but that meant I had to get a lot of stuff out and like rearrange. So mind you, we should do that now, shouldn't we? Jen and Pin says, afternoon peeps, finally getting around to hemming the beach pajamas I wore for the dressmaker's ball. Nice, many hugs for you, Jen and Pins, as well. Eliza says, good morning, quick question. Will Vlogmas be on YouTube or Patreon? I love the hair. Vlogmas will be on YouTube. I'm not taking Vlogmas away from anybody. So I think it was Gig Racer who said that I should be doing Knitmas this year, calling it Knitmas, because I'm going to be working on all my knit projects. So the idea is that it's going to be kind of like the on-D sweater. I'm going to try and do like a project. I'm not going to be able to do a project a day. I know that. But yeah, I'm going to try and throw some of those kind of like, let's do a project in a day kind of things. Cachetta says, thanks for a wonderful morning. Have a great day. You too. Thank you for joining us. Guys, I think I am also going to call it a day. My painkillers that I took at the beginning are beginning to wear off, and I've got another 2 hours before I can take any more, which sucks. But we started, and we have all the placements sorted out for this, which is awesome. So thank you. But it's going to be the geekiest jacket there ever did jacket. I'm so excited. Yeah, so thank you very much for hanging out with me. I will be having more shorts for you, and I think Friday's video is going to be the Holston skirt, making the Holston skirt and getting it right for me. So thank you very much for all your help with that today, and like the whole kind of like just turning it 90 degrees made a massive difference. So yeah, thank you for that. Just realized that I've sewn my buttonholes in on this jacket on wonky, but never mind. They're never gonna get unbuttoned. The buttonholes will never be seen. It'll be fine. Yeah, so I think that's what Friday's video is going to be, is the making of the Holston skirt. So that means I need to get the waistcoat done for it as well, so that I've got like the whole outfit to wear, because I do think I'm going to prefer that with the outfit on. So that is going to be Friday's video, I think. Yeah. So yes, thank you very much for hanging out with me. Thank you for all your help with the print placement. Has been invaluable, because there's definitely some tweaks and changes that you guys saw that I might not have seen. So thank you for that. And I will be seeing you next Sunday for a hangout as well. So thank you very much for joining me, and I shall see you all very, very soon. Bye.